Hello, party people. How's everybody doing? I don't know why my couch looks crooked. I can assure you it's not crooked. Anyway, this is on Sage. Let's discuss Proxy out in after hours, and let's just hit the salient points. Salient point number one, Sage contacted Biogen in mid 2024 to see if they could buy out their half of Zurzuvae, and Biogen said no. Salient point number two, Biogen approached Sage privately in December of 2024, offering a 30% premium for the company. Sage said no. And then Biogen came public with its 13D weeks later with an exact 30% premium off of the closing price. So now we know where the 722 comes from. But the most important points are this. Biogen did not participate in the entire process. They were asked if they wanted to or just to comment on where they were in February, and they declined at that time to follow through. Why would they do this, okay? Why would they not be involved in this process? It's my belief that Biogen knew they were the only buyer for this company, and the longer the time goes, the lower Sage goes, and the more distressed it gets. And since they're the only buyer for the company, they can wait as long as they want to acquire the other half of Zurzuvae. What ended up happening was you had a bunch of people all submit interest for Sage, mostly in weird fashions with just buying Zurzuvae or just buying the pipeline. A lot of very convoluted proposals. And the only one that ended it with something that offered money for the whole company was the SUPN bid. Where does that leave us today? Well, this is kind of the blue sky outcome, okay? Because they weren't even offered a chance to counter the SUPN bid. They didn't even know what the bids were going into the deal being signed. So you really only have two options here. One is Biogen does not want anything to do with Zurzuvae and is going to divest their half of Zurzuvae in the medium to near term. Okay, if that was the case, wouldn't they have engaged with Sage in 2024 to do that? Sage is the likely buyer of the other half of Zurzuvae. Second, if that was the case, why would they offer 30% premium to buy out Sage in December and then go public with it in January? So that's one option, which I think makes no sense given we know the background now. The second option is Biogen really wants to buy Sage and buy it at 1x sales, and they are going to submit a bid for Sage. Now, the problem here is that they had always been able to be the one to buy Sage, given that they own half of Zurzuvae and they have the lowest cost of capital. I don't know why I'm speaking like a moron right now. I had a couple glasses of wine. I had a blood test today. But, I always speak like a moron, but it seems like I'm speaking more like a moron than usual. They win any auction. There's no point of SUPN or any other company competing with Biogen when Biogen can win this and should win this based on their half of Zurzuvae and their lower cost of capital. So what price does Biogen have to come in at to beat Supin? Well, Goldman valued the CVRs at about what I value them at, which I think is like 45 cents, $8.90 or $8.95 in total for the total consideration. And they have zero value for the sales milestones because they're ridiculous. In theory, Biogen can just come back with a $9.50 cash bid, and the board would have to deem it superior. If they come back with a $9.50 cash bid, what does SUPN do? Do they really keep going here and try to outbid Biogen when they know they can't win, nor should they win? I don't think so. So, my risk here, I think, is that we're not going to make a lot of money in this quote-unquote bidding war. But you never know. There are other people that were interested. There was a Party E, I think, that never had the chance to finalize their bid. They needed 4 more weeks as of 4 weeks ago. So who knows what happens from here, but I would be shocked if Biogen does not end up owning Sage, and if we find something out in the next couple weeks with a Sage bid. Now, again, you have to have that in context where the stock's trading. It's trading right now at 915 by 925. And that might be the right price for it. If Biogen does win this and they win it with a 950 cash bid, the stock's going to trade 940. I can't imagine the board agrees to any price below 950, given the risks associated with breaking a merger, with the current fair value of the merger being 890 or 895, whatever it is. So they have to come over the top with a decent, superior alternative. So I feel really good about not losing money from here. And I'm excited to see where this plays out. But I'm even happier to see that Biogen wasn't even given a look to see what the final bid was. All right, party people, have a good night.